Welcome to the Balance 519. I am your host, as always, Big G, and always with me, my number one sidekick, the man with the muscles, Little Dragon. Not so little anymore. Anyways, it's been a crazy time. It's been a crazy week. I was away, so Little Dragon and I took a bit of a break, so we haven't been on the mic too much. I've been all over just because I've just had to catch up on so many things with the gym opening up and just being away because I was at a cottage for a week. So I'm just trying to catch up on everything. This was the only time that we could get on the mic, was on the way home. So Little Dragon said, yeah, let's try to make this thing happen. So it is our first time we're going to do it remotely, I guess, like from a vehicle. But lots to talk about. The club first. It's amazing. It's going really well. Like everybody seems to be responding well to the rules and, trying to be as accommodating with everyone and their, feelings at the time, at this time, because everyone has, I guess, different views and different feelings on how COVID and procedures should go. But everyone is, following our procedures correctly and well. And they're, no one's getting into each other's faces about, maybe something they forgot to wipe or because they forgot to lift their mask. Everyone's keeping distance and they're just coming up to the staff if there's any issues. So we thank you for that. And we apologize. Anyone isn't doing that. They're not trying to come off, negative way. It's just everyone wants to keep the club open, and that's all we want to do. And everyone's just wanting to not make anyone sick, and that's, and we get and understand that. So thank you, everything fitness, and continue to do what you guys are doing. I love seeing all the faces. Isn't it weird, bro? Seeing all the people in there. Oh, UFC had that fight. Fight. It was actually, I think he won. A lot of people think it could have gone either way or it could have been a draw, but I really think he won. I thought Sandhagen was going to win. If I was betting, I would have put my money on him. And then what I didn't like at the end, he was like, oh, I thought I won that, but it went to decision. Like if you don't, he kind of just eased his way to get as little damage as possible. Because sometimes when you're fighting in the match that is the number one contender match, I guess, like the one that's going to fight for the belt next, you kind of want to win, but you do want to save yourself so you don't have any major injuries going into the big championship fight, right? But then when you're at A and the championship is C, everyone forgets about B. No, you can't get to C without going through B first. So I think that's kind of what happened there. That's my opinion on that. How was the week? How was it training at the club when you were there? Because you were there, I wasn't.
I was. It's been steady and it's been good. Everyone's just doing their thing and everyone's happy to be back.
And a lot of new faces, eh?
Absolutely. New faces, new memberships. I don't know if, Yeah.
It's been it's been nice seeing new faces because word is spreading that we're open and maybe you want to try us out. So that's good.
Yeah.
Anything else happen your week when I was gone?
Nothing serious happened. No, nothing negative at the very least.
There you go.
I think everyone just wants to get back to normal.
Yeah, no, that's good. Did you eat out or anything? Did you try anything like that? Like doing, non-lockdown things?
Yes, I went to the movie theater. We did Black Widow instead of...
Oh, nice! How was that? How was Black Widow?
For Scarlett Johansson, who produced it and directed it, was pretty good.
She produced and directed that?
Yes, yeah. Wow.
So, good for her.
Not bad.
So let's hear the ranking. What did you think?
For an Avengers movie comeback for a character that we know how the ending is, and I don't want to spoil it. I would give it, a solid 7 or 8 out of 10.
And is it a must see at the theater?
I think I could have watched it at home. There's nothing so great that you had to see it at the theater. Obviously there's no 3D. This was
Yeah.
released just after COVID, so it's kind of it's a great movie to come back to if you want to watch an Avengers movie that's new. Well, this is the one you can go out and enjoy in the theater now that it's open.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We saw. I wanted to see originally yesterday. So we went to the theater yesterday. I wanted to see Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Now, being our age,
yeah,
I had a ton of GI Joes. I had Snake Eyes,
yeah.
And I definitely wanted to see, and I still want to see it. But I didn't know if if my date was going to be okay with Snake Eyes. So we went with Fast 9 with the Fast and Furious.
How was it?
And it was awesome.
Nice.
You know what? I know they do the most outrageous,
Unreal.
stunts that would never, unreal things. But I just love it. Like, who thinks of these things? Like,
still entertaining.
Man, like the one, Letty gets hit off her motorcycle. Is like, ragdolling in the air. Yeah. Vin Diesel looks up and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he just burned. Of course, she lands on his hood. It doesn't break anything. Oh, what was funny was because they would get slack from people talking about how do these guys pull off all these moves and stunts and nobody gets killed or scratched or hurt and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Tyrese in the movie brings it up all the time. It's so funny as a little bit of a knock to the people that talk shit about the Fast. About the Fast series. Yeah. He starts saying stuff like, "Hey guys, do you ever think it's a coincidence that none of us get hurt? We almost die all the time. We almost die, but none of us die. Not a scratch." He goes, "I just had 14 guys unload all their clips. I didn't get shot once."
Yeah,
it's funny. Man, that's exactly how we make that.
The sarcasm.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it was good, and there was a couple of Easter eggs in there too. Like,
nice.
Because so do you remember Days of Thunder?
Yeah.
So sorry, just a spoiler alert. But
oh no.
For an Easter egg, but in Days of Thunder, the guy that races, the older guy that races Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Tom Cruise was the young new racer.
Yeah.
He was the older veteran racer.
Yeah.
He ends up being the leader of the crew, the pit crew for Vin Diesel's father's racing crew in there, because they talk about the backstory. So it's funny that they threw him in there. There's another one in there with another character, but I'll leave that.
All right.
For those people that like the
Can't wait to see it.
So, everyone listening, if you can do us a favor, if you like Marvel, hit that like button. If you like the Fast and Furious saga, hit that like button. And if you like crypto and like making money on crypto, hit that like button. Geez, there is some crazy stuff happening in the market right now. And you know what? We should have called this, which I kind of heard on BitBoy, but we should have called our show today the I Told You Show.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, Bitcoin hit this. Oh, it's over. It's going down to 17K. It's going down to 3, all this stuff." And Little Dragon and I, we knew there was this little bit. We watched the charting. We know that there was this bit of just like the 2013, there's a bit of this bear cycle inside of the bull cycle, but we were still very bullish. And now what's happening? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to go down to 22K. No,
it isn't.
And especially the news. So if we talk, so switching over to crypto, the crazy bullish news, like the charting is nuts. There's green candles everywhere. So if you guys, whoever was buying the dips, like Little Dragon and I, you guys are laughing now, because now we're slow. I mean, we're not out of the woods. It's not fully recovered. But I'm gonna throw up that picture, because I'm gonna send it to you. But throw up that picture of the daily. If you look at this daily, it's 6 days of green candles. We haven't had that in a row for a long time. And just to show that the buying pressure from the institutions and from the bulls is totally going in our favor. It's starting to happen. Like, we have to understand, like when when the price is pressed down as it has been, it's because the institutions want to buy it low, but they don't want to keep it down there. Then they want all of us retail investors to buy in when we see this price rise, because they want their own asset that they bought at 30,000 to go back up to 100,000. That's where they want it, or back up to 64,000, and then eventually go up to 100,000 before the end of the bull run. And like we said, we think the bull run, especially for Bitcoin, is going to go at least now to at least end of September, and then the month of October usually is when the altcoins then take their big hit, and then the bull cycle's done. Then we're in a bear cycle for a little while until the halving gets done. But that's what we talked about, where Bitcoin starts giving every 4 years the award for doing Bitcoin block gets cut in half. So that's, I think, going to go down to 6, or is it at 6 now? Regardless, it's going to get cut in half, and that's when that supply gets cut. Right. It goes back into the market, and then that's why the price goes up. Drops. So the halving, it's every 4 years. We haven't seen anything different. Everyone's, because of the Black Swan event of COVID, everyone thinks that, this bull cycle is different. No, it's not going to be any different. I'm sorry. And I know we haven't been in this a long time, but we're daily on our technical analysis and our fundamental analysis. All you can go back, like, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And every 4 years, this is exactly what happens. So that's what we have to go with. There's nothing else to try and predict. We know it's not always going to go up. We know it's not always going to go down either. Yeah. So anyways, the market is good. If you want more information on Bitcoin and crypto, we are definitely going to start, especially because the bull run is back in action. We're going to be on it as much as we can and just help you with entries and even simple things like how to read the trend lines, how to know when there's a breakthrough or a breakout or a fake out, those little easy things. The number one thing you can do right now is just buy and hold. If you have $100 that you want to invest, or $200, just buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy top 5 assets and just hold on to them. That's it. That's the easiest thing. You don't need to do what we do, the daily trading and the leverage trading. That definitely becomes difficult. Just to read the trend lines, if it's going from a breakout or a fake out, we're definitely going to touch on all those things. But again, the easiest thing to do is just buy and hold. HODL, as they call it. Hold on for dear life. So do your research on how to trade if that's something you want to get into. But while you're doing that, if we're at 30, I think we might be at 38,000 right now, on our way to 60, you might as well, if you have $100, don't wait until you understand it all. Buy it now. Like, honestly, buy it low. Don't buy when everyone is hitting 60 and everyone's, we're going to 100. Don't buy it at 60. Buy it now.
Make some money.
It's weird how that, and it's weird how the emotions of the market always do that. Yeah. Like, think about how we buy lottery tickets. We only buy it when it's at, $60 million. Then everybody FOMOs in, right? The fear of missing out.
Pointless.
It's the same thing here. When everyone sees and hears Bitcoin, hitting all-time highs every day, and everyone's talking about it, and then they hear from people saying, hey, my Bitcoin's at this much. Then they keep hearing it. So then they keep, oh gosh, that's how. And then what happens? The institutions all of a sudden dump it. Yeah. Right? When you think it's going one way, the institutions will bring it down. So realize that too, everyone that's just getting into anything like stocks or crypto. It's obviously different, but it's still the same. There is called corrections. There is drawbacks. It doesn't just go parabolic all the way up in one line. It's going to go up, and it's going to come back down and correct. And then it's going to go back up, and it's going to do that, but on the way up. And then in a bear market, it does that same thing, downwards up, but downward trend. Yeah, so that's the easiest way to look at it. Pardon me. The other thing was a big reason with this retail action for Bitcoin, we believe, is that Amazon just put out a job posting for someone that's into blockchain and crypto. So of course, when they're doing that, that just sent the sentiment of everyone saying, "Oh my gosh, they're getting into it." And Bezos was against it, but now with these new people, they're all about it. And why? It's because they honestly want to get rid of their credit cards.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's in the billions that they lose in credit card refunds.
Yeah.
So paying that percentage back, if they do it in crypto, it's not going to be like that anymore. So
they already don't pay taxes.
And then being the being the leader, that's just going to put pressure on all the other big names, the Walmarts, you know, the Targets, the Canadian Tires, here, like, it's just, if they're doing it because of Amazon's now doing it, then and that becomes the easier method and the way that they're going to save their company's money by getting out of or weaning out of credit cards. That's a big thing. If everyone starts, so when do you want to buy your Bitcoin before they all get into it? You want to buy it down here, like, don't forget about South America, like El Salvador, Paraguay, all these countries are all wanting to go into crypto. Look at Biden. He just said 2 weeks ago that certain states, they're going to try doing crypto in certain states and see how they proceed with crypto moving forward. So it's going to happen, and where are you going to be? Like, are you going to be someone that bought it when it was in the 30s? Or are you going to be someone that bought in when it was at 300? Like,
exactly.
You just have to hodl for 5 years, and not a lot of money either. Like, just hold it for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's all. A couple $100. You hold it for
Get
5
in now,
years, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. And realize that it's property. It's an asset. It's not a stock. It's so different. You actually own this as property. And banks, there's a number of banks. If you want to know these banks, definitely let us know in the comments, and we can let you know. But there's a lot of banks that consider your Bitcoin or your crypto assets as property. If you want a line of credit, you need $100,000 line of credit, that your Bitcoin could be that 30% down, whatever, like, that's still considered property. So realize that, like, these assets, it is a hard asset. It's not, it's different than stocks, and it's different, and it should be treated the same thing as a house, or what Michael Saylor says. Bitcoin is just like having land, real estate. Having Bitcoin now, early, is like having real estate in the 50s and in the 60s in New York City. Like, it's the same type of thing. You're never going to let go of that. Like, there's different things like DeFi. People that are just getting into crypto, you hear things like DeFi. That's Ethereum. So that's the decentralized networks that payments will run through. Bitcoin is different. Bitcoin is, because it was the original, it is a source coin. It is a store, a storage of value. It's considered property that you can, hedge against. So totally different things, but definitely, if there's two assets that you wanted to get involved in right away, it's just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Like, any of the top 5, you're guaranteed that in a bear cycle, they won't disappear. A lot of these coins, like a lot of early crypto people, they'll see Bitcoin and say, "Oh, Bitcoin's at 38,000 for one, where this other one is at 0.000007 cents." Sure, you can buy $100 of that, but who's buying that? It might still be 0.000007 cents in a month. Where Bitcoin, sure, if you just bought $100 of Bitcoin at 38,000, well, in less than a month, if it goes to 70,000, you made. And you made more than when you're buying the asset, of some other coin when it was really low. You can't look at the price of the asset. You have to take that, but plus the market cap, and it's also the market cap volume, on coin market cap today was finally over 100 billion. Again, like the volume's been so low, there's hardly been any trading, but now it's finally get to went over 100 billion again. So that was a really good sign that the market is healthy. So anyways, I saw all that stuff. It was kind of nice because I was on vacation. Nothing was happening with the market. I was kind of worried if I was missing anything because every now and then I didn't always have my phone because we're on the beach and whatnot. But I would check and refresh. Everything was still dead. Everything was red. And then just as we came home, oh man, green candles everywhere. So the timing was good. Yeah. Because it does take time. You know, we want you guys to do your own research. It's not this get rich quick scheme. And I mean, in the bull run, it sounds like it. And when you see the percentages you can make on your assets so quickly, it does feel like that. And it is that exciting, but it's not this, you're going to be a millionaire overnight or you're going to be a millionaire in 3 months. No, you got to do your own research. You got to know what you're investing in. You can't just invest in projects from the price. You got to actually know what the project is about. You got to listen to fundamental analysis. You can, definitely just follow us because we do the most basic fundamental analysis and we do basic charting and technical analysis on this channel. So if that's what you want, we're not financial advisors. This isn't financial advice. This is just crypto and the way we like to do it, and whatever works for us, we'll tell you. If it doesn't work, we'll tell you. We're not holding anything back. We're not asking for money. We'll never ask anybody for money. If you ever see anybody trying to say that they're from the Balance519 or they're Little Dragon or Big G, they want to help you with your portfolio, send your crypto to this address. It is not us. All this information is for free. Yeah. All right. So it's not us. All right, guys. Thank you for listening in to Big G and Little Dragon on this flyby episode for the Balance519. Definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you sometime this week. Take care, guys.